What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants no hate. So look, let me get right into it. I was watching the video of Mike Tyson. He was being interviewed, and the interview is on like several different YouTube channels. Um, he talked about a lot of things in the video. His comeback. Um, talked about just different things, UFC, just a lot of different things. But one of the things that got my attention, um, he was talking about Muhammad Ali, and I have been watching for like the past 2 weeks a lot of Muhammad Ali, not just the fights, the protests, the him fighting for his freedom to not go to prison, um, to go to war. But he just a lot of things. I was just watching just a whole lot of Ali training videos and everything fights. And Mike Tyson again, he was asked about. He said, the guy talking to him says, I know you've been asked this question 100 times, but who wins? Ali versus, you, Ali. And Mike Tyson again says, nobody beats Ali. Nobody. And he starts saying, he was talking about, Ali. Ali was a bit crazy in the head, man. Like, he wasn't normal, man. Like, Ali will talk to you for 15 rounds. And even if you watch it and you see Ali get hit with a shot, or you see him getting, you think, like Ali, that's all you got, sucker. That's the kind of stuff he would do. Like Ali, you wasn't beating Ali. And I said in a video before, now there's only two heavyweights, well three, that I feel would have beat Ali in his prime. But I also feel like he could have beat them. Okay. And watching it and just looking at fight after fight, yeah, man, a prime Ali, it's really hard for me to say anybody would have beat him, but those three guys that I named, and then um, there was a 50-50 in that. I'm not going back into that video, but either way, if somebody says they think Ali beats everybody, it's not an argument for me. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. We don't know this for sure. But yeah, man, I mean, because even those same guys, I watch all of their videos. I watch Ali. And when you compare and you look, it's like Ali always looked more impressive than everybody. Like and which mind you, we're talking about a prime Ali, a prime Ali. Even when Ali wasn't in his prime, he was still great. But Ali, there's fights that he didn't train for. A lot of fights he didn't train for the way he should have. I think mentally, man, if the mindset was to, and you can't give a person something that they don't have. You have to look at what they have. But if he had have taken his training more serious for certain fights that he had, I think Ali would have even been better than what he was, man. But granted, he is who he is. And anyway, I just thought it was interesting, man, because that is an ongoing, constant comparison. Who wins, Ali or Tyson? And Ali is saying, Tyson is saying, you're not knocking Ali out. I don't care who you are. He's like, who's ever knocked Ali out? And I've said this a long time ago. Even as a kid, I'm like, man, whoever knocked Ali out. I always heard about how hard Foreman hits, how hard Shavers hit. All these guys. Ron Lyle could punch. Liston could punch. All these different guys. Joe Frazier. You're not knocking Ali out. So when people do make that comparison and say, yeah, but he never got hit by Mike. Yeah, well, I saw Tyson fight a guy that completely copies Muhammad Ali, which is Quick Tillis. James Quick Tillis gave Tyson his first loss. Tillis is nowhere near as fast as Ali. He can move all night long. That's one thing he has similar. He knows how to move. He did get dropped on a stupid uppercut where he leaps in with it just, almost like Razor Ruddock does it. How Razor jumps him that smash uppercut. He leaps in with that punch, and he's wide open if he misses it. And he did. He's jumping around, dancing. He leaps in with the hook, and Tyson caught him, bam, and dropped him. And a lot of people, if not most, feel like Quick Tillis won that fight. But my point is, Tillis was using that long reach in his movement. He was using his distance, and you saw Mike get frustrated. Mike was trying to throw a headbutt. Mike was getting frustrated. He was doing a lot of, Mike didn't know how to cut the ring off, man, against this guy. And let's be honest, we use that term. You do have to learn how to cut off a ring, but when you have a skilled opponent that knows what they know what they're doing, it's not easy. It's not easy, man. It may look easy from the inside, from the outside looking in, but when you're in there and the guy knows how to move, he knows he's throwing the right feints, he's moving the right ways, he throws the right shots to counter, and it's not as easy as it sounds. And if he had that tougher time with James Tillis, imagine him fighting a prime Ali. And this was a prime Tyson, and this was his first loss. So I always watched it, and I always thought Tyson was vicious. I thought Tyson was a complete beast, man. And around that time, everybody was looking for the next Ali. Constantly was looking for the next Ali. I think you could say Larry Holmes not filled Ali's shoes, but he was that next guy. And Larry was no Ali, man. Larry was a great fighter, but he was no Ali. There's only one Ali. There's only one Ali, man. I don't like calling somebody the next guy anyway. I mean, you are who you are. But I mean, like, just in general, boxing was looking forward to the next Ali. And the next sensation in boxing came in the form of Mike Tyson. As far as the heavyweights anyway, because Larry Holmes, he had his style. He tried to imitate, all these guys tried to imitate Ali. Greg Page, Quick Tillis, Tyrell Biggs, Witherspoon, all those guys, they were trying to, copy, Ali's blueprint in a lot of ways. But anyway, yeah, I thought the video is interesting. He talks about a lot of things in that video. And then I started looking at some training videos. Let me see who's doing what in boxing right now. I saw Devin Haney putting some work in. I saw him training with Floyd. Some other videos of just him, putting that work in and doing his shadow boxing, hitting the bag and things. And, not much is going on in boxing. And I know, like, there's no fights that's etched in stone. We just hear a lot of he say, this guy said he's going to fight this guy. But that's all we get. Well, I saw that. I saw a video of Andy Ruiz, with his new transformation, and he's supposed to be slimmer and everything. But guys, when they're training, a lot of times, especially oversized guys, like when they're chubby, they wear a lot of baggy clothes. So I don't know, but I saw him training and putting some work in. And then I saw another video of Mike Tyson, a second video of him, coming in, hitting the pads, putting in that work, doing his thing. And then I saw a video of Deontay Wilder. And he was just, I don't know, I guess that was his family, friends, whatever. They were out there, he's singing and playing around and, And I'm just watching the video. And I realized it wasn't a training video. Okay, but I was just watching the video anyway. It's about 15 minutes long, something like that. And I didn't finish watching the video because he did something that I wish I didn't see. And it was just like, what the fuck are you? Deontay Wilder, again, bends over, takes his hands, puts his hands on his knees, sticks out his ass, and starts rolling it in circles. And I'm like, all right, you just lost me, man. What? I don't understand what this man's obsession is with twerk dancing. He's twerking his ass. He's literally twerking his ass again. And I don't understand what his obsession is with shaking his ass, but certain things people do, they practice because they want to get good at it. I guess twerk dancing is something that he just wants to put practice and work in, that he enjoys doing. Now, if he had that same focus and energy with learning how to put punches together, with learning how to throw combinations and give feints and movement and become a complete boxer, yeah, if he had that same kind of drive to do that kind of stuff, he'd be a better fighter. He'd finally be a good fighter. at the end of the day, I mean, you do what you do. I mean, people do things that they enjoy, right? And they do things to pass time. They indulge in things, you know, to that they want to have fun with and that they find entertaining. Man, I just, I, you know, it made me think about like I remember Demarcus Chop Chop Corley used to he liked wearing women's lingerie, and his reason was it feels good on his skin. He likes the way it feels, and I just didn't get that either. But it was like, okay, whatever. Um, Chop Chop Corley wasn't a big talker, you know. So him getting beat up with those, you know, it uh, it there wasn't a lot of talk after he got beat. But you know, people did feel like if you would spend less time being a lingerie model and focus on your boxing, man. I mean, what do you expect? And the thing is, with the video with Deontay, he labeled it something like warrior in savage mode. Deontay, I've never seen a warrior shaking his ass, let alone sticking his ass out, bending over, twerking. Like, look at my booty. I'm gonna shake it for you. What warrior does that, man? And like, you better be careful, man, because you might twerk your ass and wind up, you know, hurting them little skinny legs again, and then you go into the next fight, and it's like, man, I was twerking and I hurt myself. I had to throw that sarcasm in there, man. I just had to. Anyway, when I saw this video, like I said, man, I was watching it, and they were out there chilling, you know, whatever he's singing, being silly, doing whatever, okay. But yeah, man, I wish I didn't see that. And I started not to even mention it, but it's like, you know what the hell? He did it, so why not? Yeah. I mean, the twerk dancing, the video game punches spinning up in the air, and you ever see this thing when he shadow boxing? He does it. It's not even like a pivot. He just kind of spins in circles, man, and just like I don't know what he thinks that helps. I mean, I know he's long and lanky, and there's times when people throw shots and he'll like jump back and kind of move the same way he was doing when he's training. And if they split his guard and get close enough, he's gonna get knocked out because he's wide open. But at the same time, it's like he just, you would like to have seen some more training, some actual training, something that lets you look at him in a positive light in terms of his training and everything. And like, okay, yeah, he's putting some work in. We get training for everybody else, training. That Mike is 53 and he's out there, getting back in beast mode and training. You label this video a warrior in savage mode or something like that, and you are basically a 6'7", 200+ pound booty shaker. I couldn't even take him serious, man. I just looked at that and just like, wow. And I just clicked off. Anyway, man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know at some point people will be back in the gyms training and doing what they're doing. There's other people that's training outdoors, doing what they can do. Some people have their own, equipment home where they can do what they're doing. But yeah, I mean, that's what I was expecting to see, honestly. Something to that effect. And even when I started watching it and I realized it wasn't a training video, I just sat there chilling watching it. Had YouTube up on the big screen. And yeah, he, did what he did just to turn around and start twerking his ass, man. Like, hands on his knees, bent over, stuck out, and just started. Look, man, anyway, I'm done with that. That's all I'm going to say on this video. I will catch y'all on the next one.